Hello and welcome to Healy Fit with your instructor, Jen. For more, please subscribe, like, or select notifications. Today I have a Pilates inspired practice for you, and we are going to utilize a light set of dumbbells to stimulate the muscles of your back and biceps. We'll start out in all fours with a few rounds of cat to cow. As you exhale, arch up into the back. As you inhale, drop down into the belly. The whole time you're still keeping your abs engaged. So navel towards spine, pulling the tummy up and in, away from the waistband. Let's go ahead and take one hand up to temple, open, 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 and exhale through. So getting along the thoracic, the mid-back, just working into our mobility before we work into those strength exercises. Good, so switching sides, fingertips to temple, open, open, open. Exhale, elbow towards wrist. Good, feel that stretch across the front and then across the back body. One more time. And then let's bring both hands down and walk them one step further out. We're going to go from an up dog to a child's pose. All right, so you could have your knees up or down in your up dog, your choice. But since we're still warming up, I wanted to give you a more gentle option. So again, just working into the mobility, lower back, getting that stretch as you sit back in a child's pose, and then getting that more flexion in your up dog position. Last one here. Come on down, exhaling all the way to the mat. Shake your hips out just a little bit side to side. And then we're going to line the feet up along the outer edges of the mat. Grab those weights along the front. And we're going to start out by lifting the elbows, forearms, and wrists up from the mat. Go ahead, pinch the shoulders into the back. Head could be up, or you could have your forehead down. Forehead down definitely is going to give you a little bit less intensity. So if you need to take some of the pressure off your low back, definitely enjoy that option. Otherwise, just lifting up, reach, 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 and release. We've got about two more. Bring it up and down. Up, pull back, back forward, and down. All right, so next is a little combo move. Lift, squeeze elbows in towards your trunk. Bring your elbows back just under the shoulders and then release down towards your mat. Lift, squeeze, back, and drop. Good, now we're still keeping the feet planted down towards the floor, keeping our navel pulled towards our spine. That's going to protect the low back as we do these exercises. And then every time we lift the weights up, we pull the shoulders in and back. So we stimulate the muscles of the traps, the lats, and the rhomboids. Good, you're also going to feel this into the rear deltoids, into the back shoulder. Awesome. Let's bring the hands under the chin, rock the hips again, side to side. And then we're going to go into a leg lift. So you're going to take the left leg up and down, right leg planted into the floor. Go ahead, focus on keeping everything square. And you're just lifting the top of the foot, the shin, the knee, and then maybe the thigh up from the floor. Let's do that a few more times. All right, now let's combine our weight and our leg raise. So weight in hand, right hand is going to reach up as that left leg extends up and back. Good, reach and release. Up and down. Just a few more on this side. And rest. Awesome. Let's go into the leg lifts on the other side. Bringing your right leg up this time, lifting the top of the foot, shin, knee, maybe even the thigh up from the floor. Just go to the level that feels right for you. Good, just a few more before we add the weights back in. All right, here we go. Weight in hand, reach it out to the front beyond that mat edge. Lift and release. Lift and release. That oppositional reach and lift across the back edges of the body. Bring it up and down. Awesome, awesome, awesome. You're doing so fantastic. Keep going, keep going. And done. All right, let's push all the way back up to all fours. I'm going to turn to face you so we can see what we're doing here. We're going to go into a back row. All right, so you're going to just pull the weight up and in. Keep the elbow nice and tight to the body. This is just a single arm row. This is a great opportunity. If you have multiple sets of weights, you could definitely go a little bit heavier here. These are the muscles of the back, huge muscles carrying your postural support line along the entire day. All right, now let's add hand palm facing towards you with a leg lift. Go ahead, leg lift is optional. You could also just extend that leg back behind you. All right, so opposite, almost like your hand, when you pull that weight up, is lifting your leg. Now, all the while, we're trying to keep the weight even, the body square, hip over knee, shoulder over wrist. And let's switch sides. All right, we first start with palm facing inward into our back row. Just pull the weight up towards the hip line, squeeze the elbow in towards your side, and then pinch the shoulder into your back. Now, anytime we're in our all fours, you want to spread your shoulders across your back, and you want to pull those abs in and up. So you've got the best support system along the back and front of the body. Here we're going into that arm and leg lift. All right, so a little bit more lat work with the outer elbow lift. And then stability and control, trying to maintain our balance with that oppositional leg lift. Just a few more here. Awesome. Let's go ahead and take a seat. Stretch across the back. And then let's do a few exercises from this kneeling position. You could sit back toward your heels or come up onto your knees like me. We're going to start with a drag curl. So as you bring the weights up, you're keeping the weights kind of against the trunk the whole time. Elbows bend towards the back, and you're just bringing the weights from the thighs to the lower ribs. Keeping your posture strong and tall from knees all the way up to the crown of the head. All right, let's turn the palms inward and then curl the weights up to the shoulders and then release the weights back down to the thighs. Fantastic. You've got 4 more. 3, 2, next move. We're going to extend the weights out and then pull them back in. Good. So palms up, extend the weights out, and then pull back in. This is going to dive a little bit into the front deltoid, into your shoulders. Good. Keep the elbows nice and tight to you. Just extend those arms out and in. Extend out and draw back in. Fantastic. Keep reaching out and in and rest. All right, for your next one, arms stay out. We're going to do our Pilates bicep curl. Good. So this one, the elbows stay kind of in line with the shoulder or just below the shoulder. And then just fold the arms towards the shoulders and then extend all the way back out. Go ahead, curl in and out. And rest. All right, palms face in. We're going to bring our hands down towards our knees and then sit or kneel back up nice and tall. All right, so this is your Pilates deadlift. Again, this is another exercise where you could go a bit heavier, utilizing stronger, bigger muscles along the posterior chain, like your hamstrings, your glutes, and your mid back. So if you wanted to grab heavier here, that would be a great option. Good. Otherwise, just pay attention to your posture as you do these. Nice, strong stance. Next up, we're going to go into a row. Release and up. So very similar to what we did earlier. Palms are facing one another, but we're doing it from this kneeling posture. So adding a bit of complexity, getting a little bit into the posterior chain in addition to the back and the biceps. Squeezing the elbows into your sides. Pinching the shoulders into the back. And then every time you rise up, getting a little bit into the glutes and hamstrings. Fantastic. Next exercise, bicep row. Palms face out. We're going to curl the weights in 3 times, bringing it towards the belly button. Release back to the thighs, and then sit up tall. Good. Pull 3, 2, 1, and rise. Let's do that 2 more times. Bicep row, 3. Squeeze the elbows in, pinch the shoulders up and back. Awesome. Final set. Pull 3, 2, 1. Let's keep this same timing and tempo, but go into more of those lats. Palms face down again. Hinge forward. Elbows come up. And the weights come more to the lower or mid ribs. Good. So kind of just below the chest line. Go ahead. Pull up. Elbows stay below the shoulder line. Shoulders squeeze in. Elbows lift up. And rise. Awesome. Pull up 3, 2, 1. And last round. 3, 2, 1. And rise. We are in the home stretch, y'all. Just a few more exercises to complete our workout today. So we're going into a bicep curl crunch, hands to shoulders. As you release back, release the weights towards the floor. As you sit up, go into your bicep curl. Good. Release and lift. Release and curl. Good. Really squeeze those arms in and up. Release and pull down and lift. Keep it going, keep it going. Awesome. Next move, cross punch. Good. Now as you cross, lean back just a little bit, utilizing your obliques, your shoulders, the muscles of your back, and of course a little bit of those biceps. Good. Punch, punch. Now you could really challenge yourself and lift your feet up from the floor as well. If you are up for that challenge, you could start that at any time. Otherwise, we made it, y'all. Let's go ahead and put those weights to the ground. Big inhale all the way up, extend, and then exhale, reach out for those toes. Go ahead, so your hands can rest on your thighs, your shins, your feet. Relax along the backs of the knees. Inhale up, let's add a little twist. Go ahead, looking over the back shoulder, feel that stretch across the back, into the obliques. Release that leg. Let's go ahead, twist in the other direction. And as you come back in through center, go ahead, whatever seated position you prefer, go ahead into it. Big reach up to the sky. Exhale, stretch along the back body from hands through to shoulders. Then open, 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 elbow to elbow. Stretching across the chest, reach those arms all the way out, and then bring it in for a huge hug. Thank you so much for joining me today. Take care, be well, and I'll see you next time. Don't forget to subscribe, and we'll see you for more content later.